Imagine this, we have two types of acid, 0.1 molar of ethanoic acid and 0.1 molar of hydrocyanic acid. So which acid is stronger? Hai, Assalamualaikum. Bertemu lagi kita dalam siri pensyarah kimia awak. Today we are going to discuss about two things. The first one, what is Ka? And the second one, what is Kb? So Ka is actually the equilibrium constant used to measure the strength of the weak acid. Kb is the equilibrium constant used to determine the strength of weak base. Since we have learned about the definition of Ka and Kb, we go back to our first situation. So usually we use pH to determine the strength of acid. Apart from value of pH, we can use Ka to determine the strength of weak acid. Ka for ethanoic acid is 1.8 exponent minus 5. Ka for hydrocyanic acid is 6.2 exponent minus 10. So since ethanoic acid has higher Ka, means it has stronger acidity compared to hydrocyanic acid. Okay, what will happen if we take ethanoic acid and place it in water? So, the acid itself, the ethanoic acid, will dissociate to produce these two ions. So the expression of Ka will be the concentration of both ions from the product divided by the concentration of the acid itself. So why the concentration of H2O doesn't appear in this expression? Because H2O exists in liquid form, which is not included in our Ka expression. The strength of weak acid can be determined based on Ka. Sekiranya asid itu adalah asid kuat, dia punya degree of dissociation akan sangat tinggi. Bermaksud, concentration of H3O+ produced from this process will be high. So, the stronger the acid, the higher the concentration of H3O+. What happened to pH? So, if we recall back, the formula of pH is equivalent to minus log H3O+. So what happens if you have the high concentration of H3O+, then the value of pH should be low. So what about Ka? So Ka depends to the degree of dissociation. If you have very high the value of degree of dissociation, means your Ka will be high as well. And then what about pKa? pKa is the negative logarithm of Ka. So which means if you have high Ka, so pKa will be low. Okay, next, what will happen if we take the weak base and place it in water? So we take example here, ammonia. If you place ammonia in water, so this process will occur. NH3 will react with H2O to produce NH4+ NOH-. So for acid, we use Ka. For base, we have to use Kb. So what is the expression for Kb? So the general formula for Kb is the concentration of the product over the concentration of the reactant. So this is the expression constant for Kb. Our product are NH4 plus and OH minus. So that's why they appear on the top. And our reactant will have NH3 and H2O. So NH3 will be at the bottom. Okay, why doesn't H2O appear? So I already explained in acid part. Okay, and nilai Kb ini adalah sangat sukar untuk digunakan dalam pengiraan. So apa yang kita boleh buat adalah kita gunakan nilai negative log Kb, yang mana kita akan dapat more simple version of Kb, which is PKb, nilai yang lagi kecil, yang lagi senang untuk kita gunakan dalam pengiraan. So ni adalah formula untuk PKb. PKb is equivalent to minus log Kb. Okay, untuk base, prosesnya hampir sama dengan acid tadi. Semakin kuat base, semakin tinggi dia punya degree of dissociation. So what happen? If we have higher degree of dissociation, more OH minus will be produced, which means the stronger the base, the higher the concentration of OH minus. So what happened to POH? So the higher the concentration of OH minus, the lower the value of POH. And then how do we relate it with pH? So pH plus POH is equivalent to 14. So if we have lower value of POH, then we should have higher value of pH. So what about Kb? So if we have higher degree of dissociation, then we should have higher value of Kb. What happened to PKb? Higher value of Kb, then PKb should be lower. Okay, let us try the real problem. So given the initial concentration of NH2OH is 0.1 mole per dm cube, determine its PKb, pH, and degree of dissociation. Okay, first, let us determine its PKb. So what is the formula of PKb? PKb is equivalent to minus log Kb. So the question already gives us the value of Kb. So you just need to insert it into the formula. So minus log 9.1 exponent minus 9. Okay, so use your calculator. So you will have this value. So PKb is 8.0. Okay, next we are going to determine the value of its pH. To determine its pH, first you need to write down the chemical equation for this reaction. So based on this equation, we have no value of H3O plus, but we have the value of OH minus. So by using OH minus, we can determine the value of POH. So by using this formula, pH plus POH is equivalent to 14. But the problem is, how do we determine the concentration of OH minus? Okay, disebabkan reaction ni adalah jenis reversible, concentration OH minus ni tidak constant. So ia cuma akan jadi constant bila mana reaction ni mencapai equilibrium. So that's why kita akan gunakan ice table untuk mencari nilai concentration OH minus bila mana reaction ini mencapai equilibrium. So ni adalah kita punya ice table. Kenapa table ni dipanggil sebagai ice table? Kita just ambil dia punya huruf di awal perkataan. Ice refer to initial I, change C, equilibrium E. So that's why kita panggil dia ice table, ICE. Okay. Untuk ice table, first sekali pastikan kita masukkan sekali chemical equation untuk reaction ni. And then kita akan gunakan nilai concentration disebabkan nilai maklumat yang diberikan adalah kepekatan or concentration. Okay. So kita akan gunakan ice table ni. First sekali kita akan masukkan initial concentration bagi semua chemical di sini. So untuk NH2OH, dia dah berikan initial concentration which is 0.1. So just masukkan saja. Macam mana dengan air? Untuk air, seperti yang kita tahu, phase dia adalah liquid yang mana kepekatannya adalah constant. So kita just letakkan dash sahaja. Untuk NH3OH+, seperti yang kita tahu, so awal reaction benda ni tidak wujud. So kita boleh letakkan initial dia adalah 0. Sama juga untuk OH-, sebelum berlakunya reaction, OH- ni tidak wujud. So kita letakkan 0. Okay. So apa yang berlaku seterusnya adalah change, perubahan dalam kepekatan. Untuk change, bagi NH2OH, disebabkan ia berada di bahagian reaktan, seperti yang kita tahu, reaktan sentiasa berkurang. So, sebanyak mana pengurangannya, kita letakkan X and then pastikan letakkan negatif di hadapan untuk tunjukkan nilai kepekatan untuk NH2OH berkurang. Untuk air, sama saja kita tahu kepekatannya constant. So, kita just letakkan dash. So, untuk NH3OH+ dan OH-, since dia berada di produk yang kita tahu yang mana kepekatan produk akan bertambah, so kita akan letakkan plus. Sebanyak mana ia bertambah, ia akan bertambah sebanyak mana NH2OH berkurang. So kalau kat sini minus X, di sini kita akan dapat plus X. Sebanyak mana NH2OH berkurang, sebanyak tu jugalah NH3OH+ dengan OH- akan bertambah. Untuk equilibrium, dia punya formula adalah initial plus change. So apa yang jadi adalah 0.1 plus minus X. So dia akan jadi 0.1 minus X. Sama untuk H2O, sama saja letakkan dash since kepekatannya tidak berubah. So untuk produk NH3OH+, apa yang jadi adalah initial plus change. So dia akan jadi 0 plus X. So dia akan jadi X saja. Same goes for OH-, 0 plus X. So dia akan jadi X sahaja. Okey, kita punya tujuan utama adalah untuk mencari kepekatan OH- di equilibrium. So kita akan gunakan expression KB untuk determine apakah concentration OH- di equilibrium. So untuk KB ni, K refer kepada equilibrium. Bermaksud concentration yang akan dimasukkan ke dalam equation ni atau formula ni mestilah concentration di equilibrium. So concentration untuk NH3OH+ di equilibrium adalah X. Concentration untuk OH- di equilibrium adalah X. Dan concentration untuk NH2OH di equilibrium adalah 0.1 tolak X. And then, soalan sudah memberikan kita nilai KB. So, KB adalah 9.1 exponent minus 9. Itu adalah nilai KB. So, tugas kita adalah cari value of X. Since value of X tu akan bagi tahu kita apakah concentration OH- di equilibrium. So sebelum kita gunakan kalkulator kita, pay attention here. 0.1 minus X. So, sekiranya nilai KB kamu adalah smaller or equal to 1 exponent minus 5, then you can assume 0.1 minus X here, you can assume as 0.1. So, bermaksud dekat sini, kita simplify kita punya equation sebagai X squared divide by 0.1. So, cari nilai X, use your calculator. Go to 9.1 exponent minus 10, which means your value of X will be 3.01 exponent minus 5 mole per dm cube. So, since X is represent the value of OH minus at equilibrium, it means that the concentration of OH minus at equilibrium will be 3.01 exponent minus 5 mole per dm cube. Okay, so now we have the concentration of OH minus, which is 3.01 exponent minus 5 mole per dm cube. So we just need to insert this number into this formula. So use your calculator. So the pOH for this base will be 4.52. And then once we obtain the value of pOH, we can use this formula, pH plus pOH equal to 14. So pH will be 14 minus 4.52. So our pH will be 9.48. Okay, that is our pH. Lastly, we need to determine its degree of dissociation. So what is the formula of degree of dissociation? Before that, you must know that the degree of dissociation is represented by alpha. So the formula of degree of dissociation is the change in concentration over the initial concentration of reactants. So both concentration here must be reactants only. So based on our ice table, the change of concentration for reactants is negative X. But in this formula, it asks for the value of change only, which means you must not include the minus sign. Why? Because minus sign only tells you that the concentration of NH2OH is decreasing. That's all. You just need to put the value of X here. No need to put the minus sign. And the initial concentration for NH2OH will be 0.1. So based on our calculation by using the ice table, we found that the value of X is 3.01 exponent minus 5. So you just replace it in the formula. Divide by 0.1. So put this value into your calculator, and then your final answer will be 0.0003 or 3 exponent minus 4. So that is our value for degree of dissociation. Okay? In this video, we have learned what are Ka, Kb, pKa, and pKb, and how to relate it with pH and pOH. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you again.